We are now connected with heySTARTIC co-founder, Vania Santoso. Good morning, Vania.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, thank you for joining us. And we are here with your stuff from heySTARTIC. It's really nice.
Yeah.
So before we go on about things that you have created, can you tell us more about the heySTARTIC? How did you start the company and what is the main focus?
Sure. So actually, heySTARTIC, it stands for Start Ethical because we believe that being ethical is the journey, and that's why we established this heySTARTIC. And the first that we started it is really because of the rejection, to be honest. Because back then, when in the early 2000s, when we started our environmental movement, my sister and I tried to do fundraising, but then unfortunately, most of the time we got rejected. So
Okay.
we tried to be creative as well on how we could really mobilize funding to support our environmental mission. So that's how we started to sell the upcycled products and then some other things that we try so that we could really feel the social mission that we carry out since the first time. And yeah, that's basically how it comes, including when I joined into the international conferences or competitions. It's very easy for us to sell upcycling products like this. But when we came back to Indonesia, apparently the sale was almost zero back then.
Oh, wow.
And that's how I learned about the tough way of the different consumer behavior, because we really need to educate people first. We really need to build a sense of urgency itself about this green lifestyle, sustainable fashion. So that's how we finally established this heySTARTIC to basically be the pathway to promote more about the environmental lifestyle.
Yeah, I think
Oh.
every great business has to start off with some failures first. Because if you don't know
Exactly.
what it's like to fail,
Yeah,
then
from
you'll
the
never succeed.
rejections,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly. So again, not everyone is aware of your goals, your main targets
Yeah.
to make a better life and making a better environment. Sometimes people just want to see a good product. So let's
Right.
actually have a look at some of your products right now. We have in the studio with us. I believe we have a handbag. We have
Right.
a
Pouch.
clutch. That's a clutch over there,
That's
right?
clutch.
I don't want to make the mistake because I don't
No.
use a clutch. But
True.
we also have pouches as well. Now, these are actually very interestingly designed.
Right.
Did you actually have to collaborate with local artisans to create these products? And how many local artisans do you still currently work with? Here's the tag.
Yes. So
Nice.
we believe in the power of collaboration as well. So that's how we collaborate with local artisans, and at the same time we empower what we call as the pioneers. So after we give them the trainings for the skills of upcycling itself, we also give them empowerment about how to communicate, how to be a public speaker as a facilitator of our workshop. And for the local designers itself, it's been an honor for us to work with some designers in Indonesia and also abroad. So because back then when I was in a university students, I also joined in international competition, which gave me
Wow.
the opportunity to meet international designer that made us a collaboration. So that's how we basically doing an online collaboration. So she designed some models, and then we try to print it in our upcycled paper, and that's something that how we try to combine this collaboration.
Wow, this is such an amazing product, Fania. Since now Paul are looking at the what?
This
The
is a pouch, I believe, right?
the pouch, and this one as well. And
I think that clutch suits your color. that you're wearing
exactly.
today.
And I love the tea. I love the tissue
That is my
box as
favorite
well.
one because we have so
Exactly.
many tissue
So-
boxes around
right.
the house because we have kids.
Yes.
And that's actually a nice tissue box there.
Yes, and Fania, it's really interesting since you mentioned that you are open for the collaboration as well from different, like a designer or ideas and everything. We are wondering why you choose this kind of a pattern, this material. Why you choose the salmon sack to be the part of this product?
Sure. Actually, to be very honest, we do have some other materials that we try to upcycle, but the point is really to upcycle the waste that is hard to be reduced. Because when it comes to reducing waste production, it means that we need to reduce the use or the consumption
Oh,
itself.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
While for the packaging of cement, for example, or any other packaging, it's very hard for us to reduce just because of the logistic process where the producer of cement company try to mobilize from one to another city, delivering their products. So that's why we really focus on upcycling the any kind of packaging, and one of it is cement sacks, because apparently the cement sacks itself it also has like a plastic materials which is hard to be
Oh,
composted,
okay.
and at the same time, interestingly, when we tried our experiments, it turns out to be something cool as well that could also serve the artistic eco fashion itself. Oh, it looks nice on you.
yeah. I'm trying out this brush
Right. Oh,
because
it's
it's
a
really
brooch.
interesting, you know.
Right.
It's really unique, you know,
Yeah,
and it can be a statement.
Because
Right?
it's a conversation piece, right? Because people will ask
Exactly.
you about it.
Yes.
And then when you can tell them, hey, did you know that this was made out of cement sacks?
Yes,
And a
true.
new
This-
fact for me, I had no idea that cement sacks, always thought they were actually paper, like a cardboard paper
Yeah.
product. I didn't know there was plastics in there, which makes it very much
Yes,
hard to,
yes.
for it to be destroyed over the long run. So I like this one because it actually has part of the design of the cement sack embedded in it.
Yeah.
It says komposisi adukan,
Yeah, yeah.
which is like what is actually in the cement. So that you can actually, when people ask you about it, you can actually tell them that's what it's made of. Now, that is a part of this, I guess, challenge is making people more aware of what it is that's your goal is, which is trying to reduce waste or trying to make use of the waste that we cannot avoid reducing. What are some of your strategies to encourage people to start being more aware of eco-friendly products? Because some people just want to, use products that look good, but what is your strategy in order to make them shift their perspective and way of thinking so that people are, thinking more about what they're purchasing and what they're using instead of just using what looks good or what,
Yeah.
what is fashionable?
Or just, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, first thing first, I do agree that most of people would like to be fashionable, they would like to look good, and that's our entry point actually
Okay.
in heySTARTIC, because we don't want to quote unquote hard selling
Right.
or
Of
course.
force people to be environmental friendly. So that's why we try to create the artistic eco fashion. It's really because we would like to promote this and really gives the best quality of our upcycled products,
Yeah.
while at the same time you could also be environmental friendly, you could also be environmental conscious. So we really try to focusing on our quality of the products itself, just so people could see this not only like, oh, it's a pity, it's something that we need to support,
Right.
just like that,
Sure.
but really because it's something that they could really use it as a long last product as well.
Yes.
Because one of the important topic about sustainable and responsible consumption and production is really about the durability itself, which we really care in heySTARTIC, and we do our research and development as well with the support of Universitas Erlangga where I study,
Oh,
as well
okay.
as some other companies focusing on the textile industry,
Yeah.
where we try to like having water pouring out in our materials and see how it could be waterproof, that kind of situation that we also adjust. So we are sure we could be confident that yes, this is artistic eco fashion, and it's something that you could make it long last as well.
Wow, that is so cool.
By the
Especially,
way,
yeah.
I can wear this to
Oh, nice,
I think I can
Paul.
wear this to a
It's
wedding.
really suits
Like
to
if I
your
want to go to a wedding, I want
outfit.
to add a little bit of something.
Exactly.
Ooh.
It's not only for women, by the way.
Exactly,
Yes.
and it's very unique,
Very cool.
especially during the pandemic. I realized about something that we are no longer buy like a clothing because we don't go out.
We don't go,
often, right?
I have clothes that I rarely
Exactly.
wear anymore these days.
So when we decided to buy something, we want something to be very unique,
Yep.
or at least to be very special.
And long-lasting. I want it to be timeless.
Exactly.
I don't want it to go out of style.
Yes, and the conscious buy is really needed, especially when you buy something that made upcycle
Yes.
product or everything. So I think this one can be one of the options, right?
Yes, definitely.
Nice, amazing idea, and it can be last forever, of course. And Vania, you are very successful with this brand, with this product,
Thank you.
with your vision. It's very great things to do. And let's talk about your career achievement. You were named as a runner-up in the Women's Empowerment Principles, or WEP Awards, held by the UN Women Asia Pacific in 2020. You were also on the list in the 30 Forbes Indonesia last year. So, what does this mean to you?
Oh, I believe that this kind of achievement means opening more doors, I would say, because throughout the journey, not even, I mean, before I win it, it's something that I learned around as a lifelong learning, I would say. For example, the Women Empowerment Principles Awards, it's something that I wasn't aware at all that there was that kind of guidelines for us to support gender equality, which UN Women has established for quite years. So that's something that I learned when my friend told me about the award, encouraged me to apply. I was like, okay, sure. And when I tried to learn more about the women empowerment principles itself, I found like, oh, most of the times I did that, but I wasn't aware there is this kind of measurement that we could place, or there is this kind of guidelines that we could make it better. So that's the thing that I learned a lot. And at the same time, I believe that is also a blessing, which we could also gain more trust from our stakeholders, as
Nice.
well as how we could also convince more people that this is not just a for fun idea, but really something that makes impact both in a sustainable fashion, as well as in the gender equality and also in the business side.
Nice,
So,
so cool.
you mentioned that all these doors have been opened for you and your sister. So what do you plan on doing with it? I mean, which doors are you planning to walk through? What's coming next for heySTARTIC? What future plans can you share with us in regards to your company and yourself?
Yeah. So I believe in one quote that say, being blessed to be a blessing. So that's something that we would like to really working on right now. Is really to open more doors as well to other creators, especially for those who are producing sustainable products. Because during my works with heySTARTIC, being an exhibitor, that also gives me the opportunity to meet with other local artisans that
Nice.
also work on awesome products. And that's the thing that I'd like to create, like a platform where all other sustainable products could be in one store. So it's just one place away that many other people could also join collaboration or even buying the products from that platform. So that's something that I'm really dreaming to make it happen. So fingers crossed.
Yeah,
Absolutely, and
that
we-
is very kind.
We absolutely wish that for you as well.
Yes.
If you guys want to know more, you guys can check out the website www.startic.co. There's information not in regards to just your products, but arts and education, the circular economy, and there's statistics there as well in regards to what your company has done and how far you guys have reached. And if you want to go for the simplified version and the latest updates, you can just follow their Instagram at heySTARTIC, and you can find out more about them there. Vania, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Vania.
you so much for having me.
We do appreciate what you are doing out there.
Bye. Take care.
Thanks.
Nice.
Smart ethical.
Yes.
Bye.
Always.